playing his blue-red Storm combo deck with Young Pyromancer itself. In Drew Levin's words, the red Dark Confidant. Is that right? The red Stoneforge Mystic, the red Tarmogoyf, the red Snapcaster Mage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Against Jeffrey Marlin playing Dragon Master Red Green.
All right, in red green standard, as we've seen, 4 Thundermaw Hellkite, 4 Hellrider. We got Oozemane, Flinthoof Boar, just good old red green, fair, fun.
So who do you think has the edge in this matchup? I mean, the red green deck's pretty fast, but doesn't exactly have very meaningful ways to interact besides the spicy sideboard Electrickery.
And we have a spicy 4 Volcanic Strength, also not bad in this matchup, right?
Oh,
Can't block me.
Yeah,
Can't
just
block
for
me.
added clock.
Yeah.
Exploiting the fact that Prosak doesn't really have very much removal.
Right, exactly.
Actually,
so,
any.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess in the sideboard he's got Mortars.
Right, yeah. So, and you know, a Volcanic Strength well placed can dodge that. So I don't know who I'd give it to right now. I think Adam's deck is very, very sweet, and
Sweet.
more to the point where he can just keep drawing cards and set it up. It's not like, oh, I don't have one of my pieces. He can just get to those pieces. So much dig to get to it.
I do think though that Marlin's lack of red mana here is gonna hurt him pretty quickly. He's got 3 mana, so he can operate, but without a red mana, he can't really do anything. You know,
No, yeah,
his team is brickwalled by a 2/2, and I mean he's able to commit another 2/2 to the board, but he really needs a red mana soon just to be able to function.
Yeah, and it's, you know, it's one of these things where you're playing a deck with, let's see, 6, 10, 11, 16. We have about, I think it says 24 lands, so he's playing a good amount of mana for one of these more aggressive decks. So I guess he hoped he could draw a mountain in the first couple turns, but we're at the point right now where he needs it now to have a shot here.
Another Mizzy Mortar. So he's got a lot of ways to interact if he ever draws the red mana. The problem is that starting next turn, he's going to take a lot of damage. I mean,
Yes.
it's like we haven't seen Prosak's hand, but it is actually possible that Prosak wins next turn.
Yeah, yeah.
And if he just gets to have 2 of his hallmark creatures stay in play at the same.
Oh,
Wow.
no attack.
See, I think I actually would attack the Flinthoof Boar there. Just
I would
because,
too, yeah.
You know, Prosak, like, there's no way Prosak will block there.
No
His
way.
creatures are just too valuable to his game plan.
Yeah, he will not. I don't see Prosak sacrificing any creature in this format or in this matchup unless he's going to die. Unless he has to block to survive.
So here we have Krenko's command after a second Gutter Snipe, blasting Marlin from 2 Gutter Snipe triggers, leaving Prosak with 5 creatures on the table and setting up certain doom for Marlin next turn.
Yeah, I can't imagine any cards in Adam Prosak's hand that are bad besides land here. I think every card is detrimental. I see he has a Thought Scour, a Mountain, and
Augur
something
Bolts.
else. Augur Bolts.
Yeah.
So, not the most
There's the
action in
red
the
mana,
world. Yeah, so this is going to get... If that was a dual land, he could do a lot of damage this turn. Sadly, it's not. But he can fight here, which he's most definitely going to do to knock out one of his... A dual, like if he had a Stomping Ground, he would be able to untap with Arbor Oven and have multiple red mana to do double mortars or something. Yeah,
absolutely.
But it looks like he's just going to go with the second best option of. He's saying go again, which is okay at this point, I guess. But again, Adam's not going to be blocking too much here.
He does need to block himself at this point, though.
Right.
Like his life total is precariously low.
Yeah.
Considering Prosak's ability to just explode.
Yeah, we see a couple young Pyromancers going to the bottom there. Desert Ravings, obviously pretty good right now.
You think Ravings respond with Thought Scour?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or do you just Ravings let it resolve?
You can do either or, I guess. I think I'd do both here, but...
So Prosak electing, since one of his Pyromancers is or one of his Snipes is dead, decides he's going to establish control.
Yeah. So redirecting damage from Snipe to Domri. And then we're going to do a randomization here. He's like, please don't hit my Thought Scour. And he hits Mountain. Best possible card to hit for Adam. He'll say he has another Desperate Ravings. I think that's what that red card is, or it's a red card.
Yeah, at this point, Prosak's board is just super dominant.
Yeah.
The twist, though, is that Marlin could draw a Stomping Ground. And does he actually have enough mana? Yeah, he actually, if he draws a Stomping Ground, well, no, he only has 4 mana right now. So he needs 2 mana just to get up to 6.
Right,
for
right.
the Mortars.
And that would be obviously just a blowout if he could get to that.
So if he draws a land and then somehow lives through the turn.
Hellrider.
No, that's not going to do it.
No, I think he needs to use both mortars here defensively. I think he needs to
just to
pick
slow
both those guys off, Gutter Snipe and the Electric.
Well, he doesn't have 2 red.
Oh yeah.
So he's got to just pick one, and it's probably got to be the Gutter Snipe, but but it's tough. It's tough to let Prosak keep any of his big 11.
Let's see. I don't know what Prosak has, but I might have Thought Scout on my turn to see if I hit Faithful Student to continue to do the chain.
Yeah.
But he's going to elect to do it.
I think his plan is to Ravings rather than Thought Scout this turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has another Ravings. That's the record. Yeah, I thought it was a Ravings. It could have been. Oh, he's just flashing him back. Yeah. One less because of the Electromancer. All right, so let's see what he gets.
He's going to have to shuffle every time.
Yep. Now we're going to die instead of the pointing. All right, so Adam loses Augur Bolus. Not too upset about that, I'm sure. Looks like the rest of his hand is pretty spicy. And Jeremy's thinking about he's going to have to start attacking at some point. Even though
it's much worse now that the Augur's there, because an Augur and 2 commands can block one of the boars.
That's true.
And he kind of wants 1 boar to be able to block with at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you're right. Adam definitely has good block. I just don't know if the draw go play is going to help Jeffrey out here. Knowing how potent Adam's deck is, especially if he keeps getting to sculpt his hand every turn.
Adam is building up more and more resources.
He's definitely looking for.
Those mortars have been giving him a meaningful fight, though.
That's true. All right, Adam hits an island here. So he's going to be able to replace his Goblin Electromancer with another. He's holding Battle Hymn. He milled a Battle Hymn, so he's got plenty. Once he gets to the card, once he gets to a Passive Flames or Burn at the Stake, we probably will see this game end pretty quickly. But right now, Adam, without those cards, you really can't do much. He can just continue to shock his opponent. I think he might be able to. If the life totals are accurate, Jeffrey definitely has another turn. If not, he does not.
So that's 3 from the Snipe, up to 4 mana.
And it takes 2 more damage here. All right. More goblins join the field here.
Franco's command, blasting Marlin again.
And we have something to put into 4 here. Oh, Desperate Ravings.
So he's probably going to run out of gas, but what if he hits a Battle Hymn here? He can keep going.
Yep.
Because he hasn't played a land yet, has he? Or has he?
I think he played that.
Yeah, if he just played a land, then he's going to have to stop.
Yeah, I think he played the island. All right, so, oh man, we were 1 short of a devastating mortars, but you know, in Magic, so there's always that if I had 1 more turn, right?
And he can't wait. He's got to hit that Gutter Snipe.
Yep. And we're at the point of no attacks here. Even though...
No attacks, no blocks.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Burn him!
Burn you. I burned you now. It's over. Okay.
So Prosak, winning game 1. He's 3-0 so far with his blue-red F&M Hero Young Pyromancer deck. And in pretty good shape against Jeffrey Marlin, although admittedly Marlin stumbled on mana, not having that red mana early on.
Yeah, and we saw what that'll do to you too. I mean, you're playing a deck, it's 2 colors, and especially, it's not like that mono black deck playing a few white spells. He is heavy red here, so he needs a hand. Well, obviously, it's much better with a Stomping Ground, but if he doesn't have both colors, almost always you might have to shift that. I think he did. He probably mulliganed once. I feel like he mulliganed once.
So he's gonna let's see. Jeffrey's gonna bring in Electricity for sure. Obviously, it's just gonna be a stone cold killer.
Right.
But Chandra Pyromancer looks like it could actually be decent as well because he needs meaningful ways to interact. Although the fact that game it was 2/2 creatures and not the actual young Pyromancer itself,
right?
He may be somewhat hesitant, but I would guess that the Pyromancer is still at least worth a consideration. Yeah. And then Volcanic Strength if he decides he actually wants to be more aggressive. Although I'm not sure you can actually play Pyromancer and Volcanic Strength. They kind of push you in 2 different directions.
Right. I think I'd go the Volcanic Strength route because you saw the board there. Obviously, he could have attacked a few times prior, but especially when he got to the point where he could triple block, a volcanic strength early on one of your guys is enough clock to really put and say, you know what, Adam, you better win the next 3 or 4 turns instead of the next 10, 11 turns, because that game went far too long.
Yeah, if he would have had a volcanic strength that game, he could have put some serious pressure on Prosak.
Yeah. So I'm assuming Jeffrey saw what we see there in his own game, especially he was right there in his face. I would not be shocked to see 4 volcanic strength coming in.
Any chance he cuts the Thunder Mile kites just to speed himself up?
I like that. I would cut all of them, yeah. I think, obviously, Scavenging is still fantastic in this matchup because you can hit
all
cards
these
in the
flashback
graveyard.
cards?
Yeah, all those flashback cards and just this big Domri Red, fantastic card in this matchup, too. You get to fight those bears that he desperately needs.
Absolutely. So, have your Strangler Geist or Flinthoof Boars get busy?
Yeah. So I can definitely see him cutting the 4 Hellkite. Then he needs to find 2 more cards to cut, maybe a shave off an Elvish Mystic because he's dropping his curve a little bit. Like maybe cutting 1 or 2 of those. So. All right, so Adam on the flip side, we're gonna have Mizzium Mortars comes in and Bonfire of the Dam, maybe. I don't know.
It's tough because
Marlin's are kind of big.
His creatures are big enough. I'm not sure you actually want the Bonfire.
I wonder what that's in there for.
Yeah, I got to imagine it's more for somebody who has a lower casting cost, like perhaps like Junk Aristocrats or True Aristocrats or any kind of Lingering Souls deck, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but
definitely just one there makes it kind of.
And Pillar of Flame is, yeah, maybe it's just when you know that you're going to have to get lucky.
Yeah.
And then Pillar of Flame obviously is always an option against somebody who has a bunch of Mana Elves and Strangler Geist and so on.
Right.
But Prosak doesn't want to dilute his deck too much.
Yeah. And you see his sideboard, it's a lot. We have Cyclonic Rift, a lot of defensive cards. And it's not like a clear-cut, should he board them all in against this matchup. I mean, it's cool to risk something to survive a little bit longer. Pillar of Flame, 4 of. It's good to burn a mana guy, but like you said, he can play a 3/3 on turn 2, and then you're just looking at your pillars, and it's not going to be doing.
I bet he brings the pillar. I don't know. Maybe the pillar's just for zombies, though.
Could be. I can see zombies.
But I don't hate the pillar. I don't hate the pillar in this matchup.
Yeah, I'd probably bring a couple in too.
Either way, I got a feeling it's going to end with either the green monsters thrashing, maybe the red ones, I don't know, or the storm combo.
Yep.
A bold prediction given the 2 matchups.
It is. Either lethal damage from creature or burn ya. One of those 2. All right, so Jeffrey hoping not to get.
Watch, it's going to end with a Pillar of Flame. Oh no, I guess that counts as burn.
It's going to end with an elemental token attacking for a couple damage. All right, so Strangler Geist on turn 2. He has red mana. He's got green mana. He did bring in Chandra like you thought. He has a Flinthoof Boar, which you'll see next turn. This game, Jeffrey really's got some oomph.
Prosak, a swing and a miss on the Augur.
One of my favorite things to do is play Augur and whiff. It's very infuriating.
Even with 24 hits, he's only 80-something% to hit, so
Yeah.
you're going to miss some percentage of the time.
That's true, yeah. All right, and like we thought, Case, I think I send in the Strangler guys too, my friend. I think it's time to get 2 3/3s on the board. But he's going to elect not to.
He decides not to attack with the Strangler Geist. Interesting. I think I would have attacked too.
Yeah, I think it's just you don't have the luxury of, let's just wait. Young Pyromancer. The young child joins the table here.
Yeah, things are about to start spiraling out of control very quickly for Marlin here.
Yeah.
He really needs to deal with this Pyromancer.
Luckily, I think Marlin's got the Chandra, so he'll be able to zap it. But Prosak definitely has a fistful of cards here. Definitely where you want to be here.
Is that Past in Flames and Burn at the Stake, or is that just 2 Past? No, is that a Bonfire?
Yes.
Bonfire and Past in Flames.
So no lucky Bonfire this match, or this game rather. All right, so we're gonna see a Chandra here on turn 4. I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's any card. He did draw Hellrider, which makes you makes you think about it. But no, we're gonna kill that guy. Kill your guy, and a damage to you. Obviously, a lot better than the former Chandra. Has more application here.
Yeah, I think at this point you got to keep the Strangler Geist home to potentially block. Oh my God. Well, I guess that's true. Even if he blocked the Augur, you could still block. But
yeah,
he wants to make sure he can protect Chandra.
Right. And Adam, if he did bring in Pillar, he can knock that out real quick. But Adam definitely not happy to see Chandra on board.
Yeah,
the
Chandra's going to be pretty effective against him, particularly since he doesn't have any Gutter Snipes or Electromancers in his hand.
Yeah.
From the looks of it. So he's going to have to just sit around digging until he can find one of his 2 toughness creatures and hopefully keep that on the table. Jeffrey Marlin electing to go with Chandra Pyromancer rather than Ajani, Caller of the Pride.
So luckily it's on his colors here. Otherwise, things would happen. Things would escalate.
We got another young Pyromancer just into the Pyromancer, like the young Pyromancer versus Chandra Pyromancer.
And it's funny, like in a situation like this, I would just rather slam Garruk Relentless and then fight anything that Chandra could ever kill in a million years, plus some, and then have a Planeswalker that's just 10 times better. I just don't. I mean, obviously Jeffrey and the Kibble group know that something that I don't know, but
it's
as a control,
Thragtusk.
Yeah,
you don't. Chandra Pyromancer can make a Thragtusk unable to block.
Yeah.
Its primary application is not actually the pinging. The primary application is removing big blockers that you don't want to fight,
Gotcha.
Whether they have lifelink like Blood Baron Vizkopa, or if they are like Thragtusk, which is just a huge body you don't want to have to run face first into.
That makes sense. Definitely, I guess if Adam's playing a blue-white control deck or Esper deck, you want to see a Garruk there instead, but it's definitely red-green has just so much game against control, it doesn't even really matter. I guess they don't need any more sideboard slots for it. Just looking at it, you got your 4 Burning Earth, that's pretty much all you need, right?
Yeah. Burning Earth definitely super effective. And actually, I think you're right. I think Burning Earth has been kind of one of the biggest reasons why people have switched to blue-white control instead of like blue-white-red like they were, or any of the other different control decks.
Yeah, it looks like Adam, he was on 3.
Prosak packs it in, seeing he's dead on board to the Hell Rider, but of course Jeffrey Marlin still has all those.
Yeah, still had all these. Adam kind of was stuck on land there, and his deck, it's just like one of those feel good, siphon through your decks, try to find your cards, build up some resources. Can't do that with 3 land. It really plays well when he's still hitting his land drops.
Well, we got to give credit though. Marlin did interact with Prosak's 2 young Pyromancers.
Yeah.
Like if Adam would have been allowed to just keep Pyromancer in play, he could have produced a pretty big board. Now, with a double Hell Rider draw, and Adam's land draw a little low, it's possible that Marlin would have just overpowered him within a turn. But
yeah.
Do you think Adam? It looks like he's not sideboarding any differently though, so it seems like he's very confident in his plan.
Yep. Maybe, like you said, trying to get lucky with that 1 bonfire. Let's see what happens. Obviously, if it's not in your opening hand, you're pretty excited. Problem is you draw a lot of cards too, though. So it's like most of the time you're not going to be able to miracle hitting it off of a Desperate Ravings or a Faithless Looting, Thought Scour.
Both players representing their corporate sponsors.
Yep.
Here in the battle of the I guess like, is this like the pro influence on Magic?
Oh,
like,
yeah. If you think back, even like 5-6 years ago, people weren't wearing shirts like this. They weren't representing, I mean, you guys were maybe the top tier of Magic players, but you didn't see any game shirts, any team shirts, comparatively to today, where you can't even look past 2 players down from you and they have a certain team, which is cool. So not only do you have a game that's more of an individual versus individual game, there's a pretty much big team block asset to it as well. And Adam, of course, with StarCityGames.com's brother in arms here. Still rooting for a good match regardless. I have no bias here. Very little bias.
Did Adam win on turn 3? I don't know. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Like if he's like Goblin Electromancer.
I think you can do turn 4. Because you can go Electromancer into Young Pyromancer and then just play
like if you,
dudes in mana and they kill you with Burn and Stake.
Yeah, but he could also go Electromancer into Pyromancer and battle him.
Okay.
And then Crinkle Command, battle him, and then he's only got 1 more card.
Maybe.
I guess that's not quite enough.
Maybe. Or you can go turn 2 Electromancer, then untap and play 3 commands. or 2 commands, and then battle him, and then burn at the stake. I think it's possible. How many guys is that? That's 4. That's only 15 damage. Close enough.
So let's see. If he needs three commands, a battle him, a burn at the stake.
He needs 7 creatures out.
Tweet at us at SCG Live if you know how Adam's deck can assemble a turn 3 kill. we'll assume you're on the draw and you're against an opponent with no resistance.
Yeah. Someone just lays down and has no answer. Looks like Jeffrey has the
And
same
you will win
aggressive
nothing
start.
except a smile, a nod, and possibly not even that. However, there's a lot of pride on the line.
It's fun to be right. All right, so Adam's Faithless Looting. He's looking at the board with the flip of board staring at him. Definitely more, these last games, 2 and 3, have been pretty aggressive from Jeffrey's standpoint. Game
Yeah.
1, it looked like Adam was just in control the entire time.
Yeah, missing that second land drop was devastating to Marlin, but normally his deck's going to come out so fast and aggressive that Prosak cannot really dilly-dally, and if Marlin has any kind of meaningful interaction with any of the action creatures, then it can be a little tough.
Right. So Adam passes turn. Jeffrey untaps. There's just a slew of green spells to the left of his hand. I think that's a Scavenging Ooze, land, 2 oozes, and then a red card. So he's got no, never mind. That's a 1 ooze and 1 strength root, guys. So we're gonna have a decent attack here. I think, yeah, good. He's sending him in. I like it. You don't have time to sit back like he saw. And he's gonna send strength root guys in. Adam knows it's not time to block yet. Blocking here just pretty much increases his clock, so he's gonna wait 1 turn. So Prosak, back to the old half of him yourself. And he hits Island. Let's see what he's got. You never know what you're gonna get here with this deck.
Yeah, Prosak is like a box of chocolates.
He is like a box of chocolates. He is very... Him himself is not Forrest Gump like his deck. That's kind of an insult as well, so I guess I'll let that one go.
No, just you never know what you're going to get.
We'll leave it at that. Alright, so Adam plays Young Pyromancer. He has a Battle Hymn in his hand, so if he has a few commands here, or a command and something else, we definitely see a decent board build up here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got all kinds of flashback cards in his graveyard.
Yeah, I do see a command here, so he will be commanding this turn. Yep. Alright, so next turn we're going to see what we can do with all the boys we've assembled here. Now, if you're Jeffrey, do you want...
Which I am.
Alright, you're Jeffrey. And as Jeffrey, do you want to send in your guys into unforgiving blocks in order to just take away Adam's resources off board?
So I think I would actually swing with everybody. I think you're right. Just to reduce his creature count in play.
I'm on the same train here. Let's do it. Oh, we're just sending Thundermaw Hellkite in. So he's going to be conservative here. I see Adam has a negate in his hand. He really doesn't like... Oh, no, he's in combat still. So Adam brought a negate specifically for Mizzium Wars, I believe.
And Chandra and Electricity.
Oh, yeah, we saw those too. And I'm assuming, like, Adam knows, like we know, the red-green lists are pretty linear. They pretty much have the same... You see the same deck repeatedly.
There's not a huge amount of deviation from Kibler's script.
Yeah. All right, so he's just sending the 2 guys. Prosak... And it gives you a hint. If Prosak's taking it, he's telling you, I'm not sacrificing any of my guys because they're going to be essential to winning the game this turn. Adam's at 4. I think it's time to win, right? Win or bust?
Yeah, basically. I mean, he doesn't have a ton of answers to Thundermaw Hellkite, so it's time to get busy.
Yep.
The problem is he doesn't have a source of damage yet. Like, he doesn't have a burn at the stake, does he?
I did not see it. I see Young...
Yeah, he does not.
So he can Thought Scour one more time to try to hit it, and he'll have plenty of mana to do it, though. And he will have enough creatures. This is an exact... So, you know, he has... that's 23 damage on board.
Well, yeah, well, there's... Yeah.
If he hits it. So
Does not. So we're at the spot where it's... You know, things are getting desperate. He still has access to Ravings.
Yep, he's going to battle him first.
But does he ever... Wait, he has a Ravings in his hand, right?
I didn't see it. I saw...
But he can still Past in Flames out of his yard.
Right. Does he have Passive Flames in the yard? He does. Okay, so he has Faithless Looting also, so he still has more dig in him.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have any ways to win the game at this point. I mean, I guess when
Well, he gets to
Ravens,
battle him 2 more times.
He can get Battle Him and... Oh, he gets to Battle Him, Battle Him, Battle Him. So he actually has a boundless amount of mana.
Yeah, he has tons of mana.
You're
Tons of
absolutely
red.
right.
Tons of red.
Whoa, was that burning the stake in his hand?
If it is, then that means this is just...
Wow. This is crazy.
I don't know.
Prosak making oodles of mana.
Yeah, he's doing it now. Yeah, he has it.
Unbelievable.
Oh, never mind. Let's see. Let's see his hand.
So that's 11 minute.
I know, Young Pyromancer.
That's
Young Pyromancer and
okay.
negate. So, luckily for him, he doesn't need blue mana to Desperate Ravings because he can use his passive flames. So he's going to be.
What do you think about playing the Young Pyromancer there instead of just holding it in your hand to have an extra card to discard to Looter or to Faithless Looting or Desperate Ravings?
I think I'd hold it just because you want to go Ravings, Looting in that order to see if you can just finish him off.
He's so far beyond what he needs mana-wise and creature-wise that.
Yeah, he doesn't need the Young Pyromancer. But let's see. All right, so Faithless Looting resolves here. Oh, he did not play his land yet, so that's
Wait, yeah, but doesn't he? Yeah. I mean, he knows he can just Ravings out of the graveyard. You don't have to. Don't flash back the Ravings.
Right.
Just cast it.
Exactly. Yes. All right, so he's really just getting this board to a silly amount of creatures here. He's definitely going to regret this if he Ravings and discards the spell he needs.
Yeah.
All right, so you have infinite mana, infinite red.
So it's adding right around 20 mana or so.
I forgot to add his 2 elementals.
No, he added the 2 flipped upside down ones.
Okay, and he had 2 goblins too? Okay.
Yeah, he actually added 4 on that one.
Right, that's what I meant, yeah, 4 goblins.
Yeah,
four
but then
creatures
the just now the battle him he added 2.
Right. All right, here we go. So, like we discussed, this is dangerous because he could have had a few more cards in his hand to discard. Because if he discards that... Oh, actually, if he discards, he's fine. Because he gets to flash back.
No. They don't have... The ones he discards later don't have flashback.
Oh. Alright, so back to... We probably should have held a few cards here, but let's see. Smiling, having a good time. Definitely fun.
Prosak's been... There are certainly times he's been less desperate.
Yes, he is desperate right now. Augur and... Well, the Augur is a nice card.
Yeah, look at... Yeah, that's a good use of your blue mana.
Yeah. Alright, so he's in... Ooh, this is risky. I would rather play that Augur. You get to dig farther. Alright. So if he misses it here and then discards that Augur, this is going to be... That'd be very... saddening. Didn't see what he discarded.
I don't think it was the Augur.
It was a blue card.
No, he has an Augur still in his hand. So
yeah, it was a blue card though. Oh, damn.
He has the Burn at the Stake.
All right.
Prosak comboing off
3, 6, 9.
with an impressive 70. What was that? 75 damage.
I'm just
78 damage. Who
7.
knows?
Looks like he has about 24 creatures in play.
So what do you think?
24 times 3.
72.
Yeah, that's close. Nice. You should play the jelly bean game inside the jar.
Pretty good.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at the jelly bean game.
All right. Well, Adam Prosak, impressive. You can never say come from behind win because it was all in the plan, right?
4-0 with Young Pyromancer, Burn at the Stake.
And it's not like he's playing against some slouch decks here. He's playing against real deal Holyfield, right? This is just like these are decks.
Well, this is the most popular deck in the format.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that was a throttling.
Yeah.
I mean, that was pretty impressive.
Turn 5 kill.
Is this deck the next big thing?
I hope so.
God, who just gets hired by Wizards and on their, like their last tournament before they roll out, just, crushes? Besides Zach Hill, who top 8'd a Pro Tour just before he went to World War.
Yeah. That was.
But besides Zach Hill,
Besides that.